Let's look at parametric differentiation. Let's say you have two functions. X is equal to f of t. Y is equal to g of t. Now remember, here x and y have usual meanings. X-axis, y-axis. Now, x is a function of t, y is a function of... Now, since they are both functions of t, there must be a relation between x and y. That means one of them must be a function of the other. So how do we write it out? A function defined using the above functions is called parametric function. Now, naturally, in different fields of study, different variables are used as the parameter. Here in the above example, say t is the parameter. For example, in mechanics, study of motion, time is the parameter. So like that, chemistry, what could be the function? Temperature could be a parameter. Concentration of a solute in a solution could be a parameter. Now let's see how to differentiate such. So basically, just to clarify this, if we have a graph, right? Remember, this is x, this is y. So what is x? X is, remember, f of t, g of t. Yes, or in other words, we could say, just as an example, f of t is equal to, let's say, tan t plus cot t. Similarly, gt is equal to 2 log cot t. Okay, let's look at the graph of this, how it would look like. Okay? So if you notice, I have put a parameter t, whose value I can change, and we have a point defined by tan t plus cot t, 2 log cot t. Yes. Now, as I move it, see, so this is the curve of this parametric function. Of course, some of the points are undefined. Okay, so now that you have an idea of what is meant by parametric function, let's see how to find the derivative of this. So x equal to f of t, y is equal to g of t. So as usual, let's say delta t is a small change in t, which we make it smaller and smaller and smaller. That means delta t tends to 0. So if delta t tends to 0, delta x tends to 0 and delta y tends to 0. Let's find the derivative. So dy by dx is equal to limit as delta x approaches 0 of delta y by delta x. Now remember, as delta t approaches 0, as delta x approaches 0, that would be possible only if delta t approaches 0. Remember, delta y by delta t, we have two things. Since y is depending on t, x is depending on t, we have to write them in terms of t itself. So divided by delta x by delta t. Now y division, because when we simplify this, delta t gets cancelled and we are left with delta y by delta x. So which means when we take the limit, what happens? It becomes dy by dt divided by dx by dt. So this is the expression that we need to use to find the derivative of parametric functions. Let's look at the example we were looking at in the graph. So x equal to tan t plus cot t. Y is equal to 2 log of cot t. So dy by dt, and you should have practiced enough so that you can just do it. So 2 times 1 by cot t. See, log, say u. So 1 by u. So 1 by u is cot t. 1 by cot t times the differential of cot t. So cot t is minus cosec square t dx by dt. This is dy by dt. Tan t is sec square t. Again, remember, if you don't remember, just immediately, very quickly, you can derive it. Say tan t. Tan t is sin t by cos t. Remember, this is quotient. So quotient rule will apply. So quotient rule says what? Cos t, sin t is cos t, minus cos t, derivation is sin minus sin t times sin t divided by cos square t. This is cos square t plus sin square t by cos square t. This is 1 by cos square t. 1 by cos square t is sec square t plus cot t. Okay, cot t is minus cosec square t. So dy by dx equal to dy by dt divided by dx by dt, which is equal to 2 minus 2 cosec square t divided by cot t divided by sec square t minus cosec square. So 2 cosec square t by cot t, 1 by sec square t minus cosec square. Let's make it simple. So 2 cosec square t is 1 by sin square t times cot t is 1 by cot t is tan t. Tan t is sin t by cos t. So this and this square gets cancelled. Now let's simplify this. Sec square t is 1 by cos square t. Cosec square t is 1 by sin square t. So this is 2 by sin t cos t. So 1 by, let's take the LCM, cos square t sin square t minus cos square t minus 2 by sin t cos t times reciprocal of this cos square t sin square t by sin square t minus cos square t. This gets cancelled and square of these get cancelled. So we are left with minus 2 cos t and sin t divided by sin square t minus cos square. Now again, trigonometric identities. This is minus 2. Now we can remove this negative symbol. 2 sin t cos t. Now we can remove this negative symbol by interchanging this. So cos square t minus sin square t, which is equal to sin 2t by cos 2t, which is nothing but tan 2t. Let's look at a few more examples. X is equal to a cos 5 theta. Y is equal to b sin 5 theta. So again, dy by d theta. Now here the parameter is theta. So dy by d theta is b times 5 sin 4 theta, and then the derivative of sin theta, which is cos theta. So 5b sin 4 theta cos theta. Now dx by d theta is equal to what? A 5a cos 4 theta and then minus sin theta, which is minus 5a cos 4 theta sin. Now dy by d theta divided by dy by dx equal to d theta by division. So divide by dx by d theta, which is dy by d theta is 5b sin 4 theta cos theta divided by minus, so we take it up, 5a cos 4 theta sin theta. So sin theta and 1 of this sin theta, cos theta, 1 of this cos theta goes off. So we are left with 5b, 5 and 5 get cancelled. So minus b by a sin cube theta by cos cube theta is tan cube theta. That's the different derivative. Okay, let's look at another one. X is equal to 1 plus t square by 1 minus t square. Y is equal to 2t by 1 minus t square. Okay, so dy by dt is equal to quotient rule, 1 minus t square 2 minus 2t times minus 2t divided by 1 minus t square the whole square. This would be 2 minus 2t square plus 4t square by 1 minus t square the whole square, which is 2 plus 2t square by 1 minus t square the whole square. Let's take 2 common out, so plus t square by 1 minus t square the whole square. Now let's take dx by dt. This is 1 plus t square by 1 minus t square. So 1 minus t square, denominator as it is, times 2t minus derivative of the denominator. So that is minus 2t times 1 plus t square divided by 1 minus t square the whole square. This is equal to 2t minus 2t cube minus into minus plus 2t into 1, so 2t plus 2t cube divided by 1 minus t square the whole square. So 2t cube gets cancelled. So 4t divided by 1 minus t square the whole square. So dy by dx would be dy by dt divided by dx by dt. So this is 1 plus t square divided by 1 minus t square the whole square times 1 minus t square the whole square divided by 4t. So these two gets cancelled and we are left with, and this 2 gets cancelled here, so we are left with 1 plus t square by 2t. Okay, let's look at another one. Let's say u is equal to e to the power of x square and v is equal to log 2x. So here u is a function of x, v is a function of x. So we have to differentiate ex square with respect to log 2x. So we have to differentiate u with respect to v. So just to avoid any confusion, this is like our x and this is like our y. So du by dx is equal to, now what's the differential of this. So first of all, you start with e itself. So e x square, it doesn't change. Then take the next one, x square, that is 2x, which is 2x e x square. Okay. Now dv by dx is equal to 1 by 2x times 2. So 2 gets cancelled. We are left with 1 by x. Now here you have to be very clear whether it will be du by dv or dv by du. So here the question says differentiate u with respect to v. So we require du by dv, which is equal to du by dx divided by dv by dx. So du by dx is 2x e x square by divided by 1 by x, which is nothing but x, we can take it up. So 2x square e to the power of x square. In most of the problems of calculus, there will be just a few steps of calculus and a lot more steps of algebra, trigonometry, logarithms, and so on. So you have to be good in all these other topics, and calculus becomes very easy. Most of the mistakes that are committed would be in this algebra or trigonometry or logarithm, etc. I think that's enough for today. Bye for now. Please go to the about page of my channel, and here you will find various links for each topic. These are Excel workbooks which I have been using in many of my videos. Download it and practice.